Diane Monk, host of the original all-live Periscope cast all about Donald J. Trump, Trump Talk US. Welcome again to the show. For everybody who's already watched the show, what we like to do a little bit of Trump news, talk about where Trump is going to be speaking, then we do question and answer. So if you have some questions, if you have some hateful statements, work them into a question, save it, then we'll rip it all together, all right? Let's get started. Video surfaces of Alicia, Maldonado, and Donald Trump. Oh, this is what the media is all... Save it, Bob. It's a great question. Great question. But save it. Let's save it. So, ooh, the light's going in and out, and that's not happening in my room. What? Weird. New video, it's not a new video, it's an old video. It's an old video of Donald Trump in the press conference with Alicia Maldonado talking about her weight issue as Miss Universe and his support of her in her weight loss program. Hired a trainer, offered to work out with her. It's a great video. He's very thoughtful, very considerate. Doesn't really look like fat shaming at all, but you would never know that from the mainstream media. Oh, it looks like one more of their false narratives about Mr. Trump proven wrong. My P is crooked here. Proven wrong by media research done by the Trump train. So, we'll talk also about additional sexist hits. They're reporting Donald Trump at one point in time requested that more attractive hostesses were hired at his golf club. You guys, every one of these sexist attacks that Hillary Clinton puts out against Donald Trump, one is ridiculous because as a private employer in an entertainment industry such as all of golf, all of these golf courses, entertainment, it's a form of entertainment. He is in fact allowed to hire people whom he believes will promote his business. It's fact. Just like it's really dumb for guys to sue Hooters because they don't get to be waitresses. Equally, it is dumb for him to be concerned, for people to be concerned about what he did while he was operating a private business. But y'all worried about that. See, what you're not worried about, lefties, so annoying, what you're not worried about is how Hillary Clinton treated the women who accused her husband of rape. Trump called the girl fat. Bill Clinton, Hillary's husband, raped women, and Hillary attacked them publicly. Sent people to investigate them, tried to smear them and their lives. Why? Why did she try to smear these women? Because her husband assaulted them. And they were honest and came forward. Unlike many of the women who I'm sure he assaulted that did not come forward, who were not able to come forward, did not have the bravery to come forward and watch their lives get ruined by Hillary Clinton. But yeah, you're right. We should worry about Donald Trump and what he said over 15 years ago about a woman's weight. Ridiculous, you guys. Absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. Equally ridiculous. Equally ridiculous. The Cuban issue. Oh my gosh, the left. So out of their mind. They are now worried that Donald Trump took a trip to Cuba and he's working somehow with the Castro government. This is all a ruse to get us to ignore all of the deals Hillary Clinton made with overseas and foreign individuals, foreign interests, foreign investors, foreign countries themselves who donated to the Hillary Clinton Foundation and got favors. The list of donors that donated to the Clinton Foundation and then received favor, the over 400 people who received appointments after donating to the Clinton Foundation. It just goes on and on. You should look it up for yourself. This is not a show for me to do your research. I'm just telling you what happened. You go find out if it's true. I don't have Google in a little box. And then that's how we do that. That's why we do that. See, if you can't follow the instructions, how are we going to have a good conversation? We're not. We're going to have a stupid conversation. So it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Plan to hear more of these ridiculous attacks over the next 40 days. We have 40 days until the election, you guys. We're going to hear a lot more of attacks. What's going to happen, however, is by the 9th, we're going to have another debate. And we're going to have other stuff to talk about. So, one thing we'll talk about is how unscientific the online polls are when Trump is winning and how great the online polls are when Hillary's winning. See, you can't have it both ways, everybody. You can't both have the polls don't mean anything except when they support your candidate. So, let's talk about that in a second. Let's do before that, Arizona paper endorses Hillary Clinton, but I saw a great interview with Jan Brewer, as we all know, governor of Arizona. She said she has been both endorsed and not endorsed by that paper. Didn't matter. She still won. So, nobody cares about all of that. Morgan Stanley confirms Trump's opinion that we are in a stock bubble. What? Huh. Trump right again. Trump right again. So, you guys, let's talk about rallies. I'm going to get question and answer going. That's some fun stuff. There's plenty of good stuff to talk about. Friday, Trump will be in Novi, Michigan, 5 p.m. Saturday, he will be in Manheim, Pennsylvania, 7 p.m. We're doing great in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, super, super snug. Super, super snug. Michigan, now in toss-up category. So we're doing great. Pueblo, Colorado on Monday, 3 p.m. and Loveland, Colorado, 6 p.m. 2 great dates. Very important to be in Colorado. Keep hitting those battleground states. So great. Prescott Valley, Arizona on Tuesday, 2 p.m. And Mike will be in Fort Wayne, Indiana at 12 p.m. Okay. Now, before I go into Trump reason, she will probably get me blathering on. I will take some questions. We can discuss some of the issues of the day. So, if you have a question or a comment, put it in the form of a question so we can have a conversation. I'll wait. While I'm waiting, I will show you. Did any telephone calls come out today? Did any telephone... What do you mean, Deb? Which telephone calls? Well, she'll type for a second. I'm going to show you my new version. Oh, polls. Any new polls? I did not check the polls because I wanted to give it. I want to give another over the weekend to see how the polls are turning. The LA Times poll still has Trump up. The Rasmussen poll has Hillary up. It looks like they're just kind of splitting and spinning right now, and we're going to wait and see what happens Monday. A whole new batch of polls will be out, and I think we're going to start to see some trends. Hillary's going to cheat her butt off, you guys. She's cheating her butt off now. The point is that we have to get out the vote. We have to continue to attack the independent voters. The demographics we're doing very well with. If we keep hitting hard on those, we're going to win this election. But we need to landslide it. We need to make all of these battleground states winning states. And we need to make some of these lean Democrat states toss-up states. And we're doing that. We need to keep on doing that. Oh, they're going to cheat about it. They're going to cheat. And there's nowhere they're not going to cheat, you guys. Just accept the fact that they're going to cheat every way they can. They're going to try to cheat with the absentee vote. They're going to try to cheat with the voting machines. They're going to try to cheat with voter suppression. They're going to try to cheat in many, many ways. That does not mean they have control of the election. They can only control the election if it's tight. It's not going to be tight, you guys. It's going to be a landslide. It's the only way we can win. We have to keep pushing. Already, the Electoral College is slowly but surely turning in our favor. No, and you know what? When you saw the interview, she admitted to that. Trump was very gracious and threw himself under the bus. Also, as somebody who likes to eat too much and mocked everybody else. I mean, it was a very warm interview considering what has gone on since then. And unfortunately, Alicia has had a lot of run-ins with the law. She said she was involved in a murder trial as a potential getaway car driver. She's had some issues. Not really the kind of person you want to drag around in your campaign, but hey, Hillary's desperate. Desperate. Yeah, no, in fact, that's the rumor is she has a child from a drug cartel kingpin. That's the rumor. I didn't verify it. I'm telling you the rumor. You guys go verify for yourself. The porn seemed pretty straightforward. It's pretty clear she was in the porn. So, I mean, I don't want to smear the woman. She's welcome to do all that. But when you put yourself out there and start calling charges of sexism for a man who actually... Let's put this back up here. This is where we froze up last time. We froze up right there. They were so mad that I remade their sign, they froze it. But what's cool is it freezes on the sign. See, it froze on it. So that how the video is going to end. I'll post this on the the Trump Talk page on Facebook. You can see when it freezes there, then that's how the video is going to be. There's going to just be that nice little freezy. So, in your face, Periscope. All right. Any more questions before I'll do Trump reason? Yeah, do it. I want everyone to see it. We got to share it. We got to take every one of their hate mongering tactics back and take our country back from the haters. So let's talk about my Trump reason of the day. You might have heard if you watch a little business news. I love to watch a little business news. You get your best news from the business channels. OPEC is planning on reducing production because they basically called uncle. Okay, they've been trying for quite some time now to undermine the American energy market by keeping production very high, keep bringing the price of oil down to be below the cost of mining or drilling the oil here in the United States. It's been an ongoing problem with the United States energy program and OPEC. We've been in a battle. We'll talk about that in a second. That's a great point. The Pepe point. Stick around. We'll talk about that in 1 second. What this basically means is that OPEC is actually on the ropes and that the American energy industry has a huge opportunity to bust out and actually take advantage of a now defeated OPEC. We are not going to do that under Hillary Solar Panel Clinton. We're just not, you guys. Excuse me. I say Hillary and sometimes I cough accidentally. I can't help it. It's in my head somehow. If we want our energy boon to occur, we need Trump. Trump is the only one who respects coal, who respects natural gas, who respects oil, and who respects American energy independence. So, if you want to defeat OPEC and the global oil cartel, and you want to help America reach an energy boon, you need Trump. That's my Trump reason today. Let's talk about Pepe. You guys, everybody who knows anything about Pepe knows that Pepe is a cartoon frog. He was a stoner cartoon frog. Been around for many, many years. Recently started getting used in Trump memes and was called by Hillary Clinton as a racist symbol. By her campaign. That's where it all started. The whole Pepe is racist started on Hillary Clinton's campaign page. Why? Because people used his meme to make Trump memes. So apparently just associating with Trump makes you a white supremacist frog. And I saw a great meme that actually had Pepe has been in the public eye for many years. He was never considered a racist until he ran against the Clintons. Which is hilarious. Because in fact, it is just a frog that even the maker of the frog says has nothing to do with race, with Donald Trump in particular. It's just a frog. People use it for many different purposes. Pepe the frog. Yes, not the skunk. Not the rapist French skunk, Pepe Le Pew, of our childhood fame. Poor Pepe. Poor Pepe Le Pew. But Pepe the frog, who has been named by the American Defense League as, the skunk. What are you going to do? Because he was French. These are the cartoons we're given. So, Pepe the Frog, American Defense League, or decided he's a racist symbol. So they have considered it, they've labeled him, listed him as a racist symbol. I'm going to tell you right now for free. This is going to get Pepe more attention and more exposure than anything else. Just like when they kicked Milo off of Twitter, Milo's like 10 times more huge than he was before they kicked him off. So go ahead. Hate on Pepe. But as I say, hashtag free Pepe. Don't RIP Pepe, because I don't think he's dead. I think the quote, alt-right that everyone's so afraid of, is going to keep Pepe way alive. Way alive. And all it does by creating these ridiculous symbols, like by saying that a symbol, a frog, a cartoon frog is racist, it just undermines the integrity of these organizations who make these stupid accusations. So, go ahead and undermine your own integrity. No one's going to listen to you if you keep making racist frogs, for crying out loud. Hashtag free Pepe. Oh, wait. I think I have it. Wait, I have a Pepe. Hold on. Here's my Pepe. See, I got a Pepe right here. I brought this to the Zany's comedy show when I was representing Team Trump. I brought Pepe and a few other signs. Trump digs coal, lock her up, build that wall, and of course, I triggered so many little snowflakes with these signs. You guys have been so proud of me. Oh, this internet thing. Very dangerous, you guys. Very dangerous. The internet takeover by the United Nations, by the international body, whomever they're giving control to. Very dangerous for free speech. You think you have problems on Facebook with free speech now? Yeah. Wait until the internet is internationally controlled. The only way we're going to solve this problem, you guys, is getting Trump into office and undoing some of this damage. It's already going to be dangerous. It's going to be very hard to undo it, to undo any of this. But we're certainly not going to get any of that done with Hillary Clinton in office. It's going to get worse. Hillary Clinton is a globalist of epic proportions. So, why do you think he's not going to win? Have you looked at the latest polls? Have you looked at the battleground states? Are you familiar with the battleground states? There's 113 reasons I've given why Trump. Today's reason was because of oil independence, energy independence. So, the internet thing might not be able to be done. I know it's very risky, but we have no chance with Hillary. We have zero chance with Hillary. Zero chance of recovering any of the lost issues with Hillary. So, we gotta pray and hope. Will Donald Trump bring us jobs back to the United States? Yeah, Donald Trump isn't going to give you a job. The president doesn't give people jobs. He creates a business environment in which companies can create jobs. One of the ways he intends to do that is by lowering the tax rate for businesses so that companies are inspired and incentivized to come into the United States to manufacture. Right now, they are disincentivized. They are kept out of the country. That is where all of our jobs have been going, by our ridiculous tax rate and our higher regulations than any other country. Our companies go overseas. So, how is he going to bring the jobs back? 1, reducing regulations. 2, reducing the tax rate. 3, reducing the tax rate such that foreign investment money can come back into the country as both sides of the aisle agree needs to happen. 4, by properly negotiating and enforcing our trade deals so that the manufacturing is no longer being undermined by countries that are taking advantage of our trade deals. That's correct. The market controls wages, and Hillary's the one who wants to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. So, y'all can be mad about Trump and wages, but what you really need to be mad about is Hillary Clinton, who's going to decimate small business with her estate tax plan, with her minimum wage plan, with higher tax rates, and so on and so forth. And the not being in jail, which is really not a good thing. Hillary Clinton deserves to be in jail. Already we are undermining the rule of law because the law doesn't apply to Hillary Clinton. Well, and no, $15 an hour is a horrible wage rate. It absolutely, you have to let the states decide. Oh, $15 an hour is a different amount in New York City than it is in rural Iowa. It just is. That's what states' rights are about. Letting states make 50 different experiments that allow each individual state to determine what is best for their state and find out what works there. And guess what? If you don't like what works in your state, you get to move to a different state that is a different experiment. You have at least 50 options, plus Puerto Rico and a few other places. Hey, Callie, how's it going? Legalizing subtweets. I think that's hilarious. 10th Amendment, people, absolutely unimportant. Most important. One of the most important amendments, 10th Amendment. One thing people keep forgetting. The 10th Amendment not only preserves the right of the states, but of the individual. Very important. Very, very important. So, thank you. People forget that part. They're constantly like, oh, that means the states have all the rights. Well, no, some of that means that the individual has those rights reserved. And that the government cannot take the individual rights. In fact, that is how we, the Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriage in the country, was based on that very premise that, in fact, the individual has rights reserved to he or she that the state nor the federal government can tread upon. Local control is so much more accountable. It's why Donald Trump's education plan is so great, because it takes control away from the federal government and puts it back in the schools and the communities where the parents, where the teachers, and where the community leaders can make the best decisions for the students in their community. And the federal government is, in fact, operating completely outside of the Constitution in so many ways, even in some of the ways that are ensconced in the Constitution. As it's quite clear in the Constitution that the government is not supposed to be able to issue an income tax. And yet they just pass a little amendment, one sentence, now they can't. Some argue that is, in fact, already a violation of the Constitution. But some people believe in more of a living Constitution where the amendments keep changing the original meaning. I personally am more of an originalist. That is me. You should be able to go to... it deleted. This administration has run rampant on the Constitution. Obama has done more damage to just the basic divisions of the branches of government than anyone. I mean, Congress is basically obsolete. He's signing executive orders and making laws however he wants. He's supposed to be the chief executor of the law, not the chief legislator of the law. And we all know that the activist judges have had a huge impact on legislation, particularly in the Obamacare case. The Supreme Court changed the law right in front of us. Absolutely ridiculous. So, utter destruction caused a disagreement is racist. Well, I just think they use racism as the tactic to keep us divided so we don't actually start to understand how our rights as a whole are being diminished. Keep us all divided and we're never going to notice what they're doing is the plan. So, we're not falling for it anymore. There's so much diversity. That's why there's so much diversity on the Trump train. Because there's so much diversity amongst Americans who are sick of it and aren't buying the crap anymore. All races, all colors, all religions, all creeds, all genders have recognized that our country is in trouble. And that our rights are being eroded again and again and again. And they want their rights back. The only way you're going to get that is to vote for an outsider. Vote for somebody who's not in the system. The only candidate. Trump. Only one. Throughout the whole primary, throughout all of it, the only candidate that has been outside, who isn't bought and paid for by Washington lobbyists for the last 20 years, is Donald J. Trump. So, it is what it is, people. Let's do raging Hillary supporters just joining Trump as a racist all day long. That's all they have. That's all they have is Trump is a racist. He's a sexist. He fat shames. But their little brown shirts come around and Trump shame you all the time. How many people, hard if you do, if this happens to you, how many people have that one friend who feels so worried that you're supporting Trump, and I just hate seeing a good friend of mine go down the wrong path. Trump shaming, you guys. That's what it's called. Trump shaming. They love to do it. Sometimes they do it and try to ruin your business. Yeah, more than one. Many. You are a lucky person to have no nagging lefty friends who are trying to get you to hate on some Trump and constantly nagging you. Oh, you're a college student in art school. Bless your poor heart. Sending you love. Sending you love. You got to keep it on the down low. You know, and don't feel bad if you have to do that. Even my husband had to make a special account so that he can talk about Trump, because it's the same thing with many people across the country. Their existing friend group or the people they associate with in their communities have bad information and believe the mainstream media. And it's good that you talk about, when it's time, we have those little conversations, you can kind of share some information. So, and you can always, this is a great suggestion, there's plenty of love on the Trump train. Plenty of love on the Trump train. This year, old liberal Dems and Republicans are leftists. I've been saying this the whole time. I've been saying it since George W. Bush. The Republicans are just right-wing progressives. There are left-wing progressives. There are right-wing progressives. They are seeking the same agenda. I'm sorry, I'm signaling Lester Holt. They are seeking the same agenda. Statism. Centralizing power at the federal level. Both the Republicans and the Democrats both have the same agenda. Thank you, guys. Both have the same agenda. And have for some time. That's why they're both afraid of Trump. That's why George H.W. Bush is supporting Hillary Clinton. Because he doesn't want to see his legacy of big government ruined. But it is going to be ruined. Because we're going to vote Trump. Are you guys ready for hotties? Let's do Trump hotties. I always love this part. Because there are infinite hotties around. Totally bought by the elite. Go for it, girl. Go for it. Go for it, art student. It's hard to tell gender based on your little name in the box. So if I wrongly call you girl, just because I'm girl, that's what I do. I go girl. It's a thing. Just move on. Embrace it. Embrace it. Okay. So, I love this hottie. I try to pick some good hotties, and I try to always pick somebody who looks like, like they're proud of America. They're happy to be. They're not just there for the hat. Now this girl, I picked her because if I'm at a Trump rally and we're walking out of the Trump rally, she's got to make America great again. See, there we go. Look at this face. Super hot. But she kind of looks like Katrina Pearson a little bit, but in that tough way, like she might just cut you with her pocket knife that she keeps for safety, and potentially skinning animals when she's done hunting them. She really looks like that. Don't mess with me. I'm voting Trump. Don't mess with me. So, that's our homegirl right there today. So I'm going to show you this, guys, again. I'm going to show that on the page. Boom, boom, boom. You can, of course, as always, find me on Twitter at Trumpetarian. On Twitter, you can email the show, trumptalkus@gmail.com. You can check all of our back episodes out, www.trumptalk.us. And I'm not going to argue with that. She says everyone should buy a gun while they can. If Donald Trump is elected, gun rights are going to be safe. If Hillary Clinton is elected, you're going to see the largest increase in gun sales between November 9th and Inauguration Day of all time. So, get a Quran. I know I have a Quran. I read it. I'm very familiar. So I keep very abreast of all of the religious bodies and issues around the world. And how we, as Americans, should in fact be able to engage in a melting pot while correctly calling our enemy radical Islam, radical Shariaist Islam. This is a problem. I got no problems with Muslims who want to come here and practice their religion without changing our laws or engaging in Sharia law, and there are many of them. They came here to get away from their crazy Sharia countries. They're supporting Trump, many of them. Muslims for Trump are all this group of people. They're all this group of people that have opposed all of those things and ran away from them. That's why they're here supporting Trump, because they know Trump is going to keep the Sharia law, the violence, the oppression of women out of this country. Fact. So, that's what we need. We need a candidate who understands the difference between modern American Muslims and violent, radical Sharia jihadists. And the only one who even begins to get that, who can even say half of those words, Trump. So you guys, that is our show. Little me and little Trumpy, we as always love you tuning in. Today is Thursday, so we'll have another show tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to have some crazy rumors about Trump. Right, Trumpy? If they're not true, we're going to tell you all the truth about it. And keep on Trumping. Make sure you keep spreading the information. The left is getting very angry. We keep sharing Hillary's past. Keep it up. See you guys tomorrow. Go Trump.